Yes, all of you will respond. How many exercises you'll have? First one full. Yeah, what are those? I've shared the screen. Just tell me. Is Amani online? Shasha, Amani, Anna, Saima. Okay, this exercise 22A, right? Then what else? What about 22B students? B is cancelled. Voice is breaking. What about 22C? Even this one, third one? Okay, so only 22A. You all have only 22A. Fine. Even previous year question, only see nobody is responding. I'm not able to hear students. Is my voice audible? 22. See how many questions you all have done? Only 22A they did. Okay, fine. 22A there is figure, diagram, graph, vertex, axis. Okay, quadrant. See, this is a very easy topic. You can get full marks. They'll give it for 5 or 6. All of you will concentrate when I explain. Okay, earlier this is graphical representation. How many of you all know this, students? You'll know this chapter. You know. Okay. See, graphical representation. You have to basically represent points here. Points on this graph sheet, and connect those points. You'll get some diagram. Okay, connect those points and get some diagram. First, you have to split this graph. Whatever graph you'll have. Look, we split this graph into two parts. Fine, like this, students. Half, like this, exactly half. This center, the first line is called x-axis. This first line, horizontal line, is called x-axis. If x is given here, opposite direction x dash, negative numbers. Then top, top, this line we call y-axis. Center is O. Okay, center is O, and down y dash. So x-axis, look, one box, each box 1 centimeter, students. One. The next box will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If on x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive, left hand side will be negative 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 6. You can write up to minus 7 or minus 8, whatever number is given. Next, top, same. Each box 1 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again below it should be minus 2. You should get minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Fine. So this x line we call it as x dash. It is axis. We call x axis, horizontal line. Then the vertical line, horizontal line is flat like this x. In center there is O x dash. Then we have a vertical line that is known as y dash. See the straight line like this, y in center there is O and y dash. This is known as y axis. Axis, students, these two black lines are known as axis. Any point which lies in this area, apart from the line, any point which lies on this area, we call it as quadrant. Okay, quadrant. So this is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So three things you'll have to remember. One is axis, x-axis, y-axis. Okay, the any point can lie on the axis today. Next is origin. Origin is the center. Origin is center. See this green one, green. So if a point lies on this center, it is origin. We call origin. Then apart from that, if it lies on the black line, or I'll draw yellow line. See any point which lies on this yellow line, we call axis. So these two yellow lines are known as axis. The green point is known as origin. Apart from that, this other space, the first, second, third, fourth are called quadrants. So remember these three things: axis, origin, quadrant. So quadrant is basically the meaning of quadrant. Quad is 4. This graph is divided into 4 parts. Okay, it's divided into 4 parts. Now let me plot a point. See, if I plot a point here, P. Where is this point, students? Did I plot it on the axis, origin, or quadrant? Where is this point? Where is this point A? All of you will respond. Where did I plot it? Did I plot it on the line or quadrant? Quadrant. Which quadrant is this? Which quadrant? This entire thing is quadrant. This one is second, and this one third and fourth. Now, I've plotted the point in the first quadrant. In first quadrant, we need to find the answer where that point is located in graph. So in first quadrant, see, always x and y. These are known as coordinates. This is the answer. X and y will give you the answer. We call it as coordinate. Coordinates. So what is the coordinate of this point? Coordinate is nothing but answer, students. Answer. In graphical term, coordinate meaning is answer. So from this point, don't draw a line. Just connect this. Connect. At y, where does it touch y, students? At which point? At y-axis it is 5, comma. At x-axis, x-axis 5. What about y-axis? If you join a straight line, both are 5, 5, right? The answer is 5. And both are positive. In first quadrant, the answer will be positive. 5 comma 5 is the answer. Next, if I plot a point here, B. Look at B, students. Always first connect with the x-axis. Dot. What's the answer? X-axis negative. Now it is negative. Minus 6, comma. What about y-axis? In y-axis, what's the answer? 3. So first quadrant, we got both positive. In first quadrant, your answer will be positive. Remember that. First quadrant. Second quadrant, which is negative, students? X is negative or y is negative in this answer? Minus 6, comma. X is negative. So the answer will be minus and plus. In second quadrant, remember, x will be minus, y will be plus. So the answer for B is minus 6 comma 3. Now I'll plot another point here, C. Tell me the answer for C, all of you all. Connect with x-axis first. Now let me read. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me the point C, students. Answer for C. First you should have x-axis, and then y-axis. Where does x-axis connect? Very good. Y-axis minus 4, right? Minus 4. In third quadrant, what is the answer we got? Both negative or positive? Both are negative. Remember, in third quadrant, any point which lies on the third quadrant, the answer will be minus and minus, negative, students. Next, fourth quadrant. What's the answer for this point D? First connect with x-axis, point D. Where does it touch? Positive 6 minus y-axis minus 2 is the answer. What's the value here? Which is positive, which is negative? Respond. Which is positive? X-axis is positive and negative. Is this concept clear, students? Any point on the quadrant, you know how to plot? Next, the center point, the green one, the center, the value for this is 0, comma 0. Remember, they would ask what is the point on the origin. On the origin, both will be 0. X also will be 0, y also will be 0 on the origin. Look, in graphical representation of this coordinate system, everything will be represented in a bracket. One is x-axis, one is y value. So for origin, both are 0. 0, comma 0 is the origin value for origin. Okay, 0 comma 0 origin, and apart from that all the quadrants, so first quadrant both are positive, second quadrant one negative, one positive, third quadrant both are negative, fourth quadrant one positive and one negative. Now quadrant is done, origin is done. Axis, if any point lies on the axis, look, I'll erase all these points. Now we'll plot on the axis, students. Look at this red point. What is the answer for this? On which axis is the point lying? On which axis? X axis or y axis? Y axis. On y axis, what's the answer? Minus 3. So y axis minus 3, x axis will be 0. On origin, this is the value. Okay, it is not touching. Is the point touching x axis anywhere? Is this point touching x axis? No, right? This is the answer. Now tell me the next red point. Look at point P. Which axis is it touching? X or Y? X-axis. So for x-axis, what's the answer? What is 5? And y-axis, it's not touching anything, 0. 5 comma 0. So any point which lies on x-axis, y value will be 0, students. Remember, y will be 0. Now one more point. Tell me this Q. There are 4 points. Answer Q, students. Q is on which axis? What's the answer? Answer. I need the answer. Not 6 and 0. Whoever writes 6 and 0, you'll get 0. Okay, you'll get 0 marks. How do I write it? How do I write it? Huh? What did I tell you all? X and 0 is given. X should be 0 and Y should be 0 comma 6. What about point R? Where is point R? Minus 7 comma Y axis, no value, 0. Is this clear? All of you understood? So whichever point doesn't have value, that is 0, students. All these are zeros. Fine. Now I'll tell you the values. Take down quadrant. They'll ask you, they'll give you a point. Now plotting is done. If points are given, you'll know how to plot. All of you have graph sheets with you all? You'll have graph sheets. I'll give you a few points now. Now, most important point, student. Now what I'm going to write is most important. Concentrate. In first quadrant, remember the answer both will be positive numbers. First quadrant, both are positive. Okay. Opposite to first quadrant, which quadrant is this? Which quadrant is this? Third quadrant. In third quadrant, remember opposite side. Both are plus, so both will be minus. Third quadrant. For third quadrant, both will be minus. Second quadrant, what will be the value, student? Second quadrant. One is negative, x is negative, and y is positive. Opposite to that, it is just the reverse. Minus plus will become plus minus. Is this clear? Any doubts in this positive negative sign? Whatever I've written? Okay. This is in quadrant, students. Whenever it is in quadrant. Positive, negative, minus, plus, plus, and minus. Fine. How will you all remember? Remember, first quadrant, both are positive. Opposite to the third quadrant, both are negative. Now, second quadrant, minus and plus is given. First quadrant, both positive. Second quadrant, third quadrant, both negative. In second quadrant, one is minus, comma, plus, which means x is minus, y is plus. In the bracket, whatever answer we write, first value is always x, second is y. Okay, we call it as coordinates. Both answer put together, we call it as coordinate. Next, this x is known as abscissa. A single value name is called as abscissa. And this y is known as ordinate. Remember the term, they might ask you all for MCQ. Just write it. This y is known as ordinate. So abscissa, ordinate, students. Both put together. When you write two values like this, we call it as coordinate. So don't get confused between ordinate and coordinate. Coordinate is both put together. X is abscissa, y is ordinate. So that part is done. Origin is done. Coordinate is done. Quadrant is done. Next, see, in second quadrant, minus and plus. According to alphabetical order, M comes first. Remember this, students. According to alphabetical order, M comes first. So it is minus and plus. Third quadrant, both are minus. Fourth quadrant, opposite, plus and minus. Okay, it is plus and minus. So quadrant concept is done. Plus, minus. Then in origin, the answer is always 0, comma 0. No plus or no minus, students. 0, comma 0. Fine. Now if I write 5, comma 0, where does this point lie? Which one has value? Which one has value and which one is 0, students? In 5, comma 0. All of you respond. Which one has value, x or y? X has value. Therefore, this point, whichever doesn't have value, this particular point will lie on the x-axis. X-axis. If I write 3, comma minus 5, where does 3, comma minus 5 lie? Check the sign, student. Check the sign. 3 is positive or negative? 5, 5 is negative. Where does plus and minus lie? Which quadrant? Plus and minus. So where does 3, comma minus 5 lie? Which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Is this clear? Understood? Fourth quadrant, x-axis. This is how they'll give you all answer questions. So main concepts have complete. We have done with the main concept. We'll start plotting the answer. Okay, we'll start plotting the values. X-axis, y-axis is done. Quadrant, I told you all, which is positive, which is negative, I explained. Origin is also done. Now first question. All of you have graph sheets, right? Start plotting this. What's the first question asked? What is A value? 3, comma 5. Right? Then what is C, comma students? What is C given? 0, comma 3. I'll just take particular points and plot. Remaining you all have to start. I'll take E. E is equals to 2, comma minus 4. I'll take L. Seventh question. Last one. Minus 1, comma minus 1. You'll get one question for 3 marks. They'll give you like this and they'll tell you to plot the point. Okay, all of you will write the coordinates. Start writing it, students. Take a graph sheet. First write these points. Draw 2 lines. X-axis, y-axis. All of you have drawn this axis? Respond. Okay, look at the first point student, 3 comma 5. Which quadrant it lies? Tell me the sign. Both are positive, negative. Which quadrant it lies? 3 comma 5. First quadrant, look here, x3. Always start with x. 3 and 5. See, from 3, go all the way like this, and it is up to 5. The point lies here, A. These dotted lines are not required. Okay, don't draw all this dotted line. You have to point like this and name it as 3 comma 5. Concentrate, one question you get for 3 marks. 3 comma 5 is the answer. Next, 2 comma 6 in which quadrant, students? 2 comma 6. Both are positive, same first quadrant. Plot this 2 comma 6. Anna, are you there online, able to do 2 comma 6? B. Let me plot another 3, 4 points. What about 0 comma 3, students? Which one has the value? Which one doesn't have value? Which one has value? Y. So which axis it should lie? On the y axis. Positive 3. Look at the point where I'm plotting. Then next, what about D? D lies in which axis? 5 comma 0. On y axis, right? See, this is the point. D 5 comma 0. Completed. Plot all these points, students. I'll give you all 2 minutes time. Be quick. Just practice whatever I teach you all. Okay. Just practice that. Only it's all only the important questions. All of you completed or still doing it? Done? Okay, be quick. Amilda completed. Saima done. Amilda, okay. Andrea, Anastasia, Amani done. All of you have plotted. Shall I plot the question answers? Okay. A, B, C, D is done. E. E is 2 comma minus 4. Which Where does 2 comma minus 4 lie, students? Which quadrant? Very good. One is positive and the other one is negative, right? That is how you have to check. Look here. Point E lies plus 2 minus 4. One is positive, the other one is negative. Plus 2 minus 4 is fourth quadrant. Next, F. One is minus, the other one is positive. Here. Very good. Second quadrant, EF. Look, EF, students. After plotting, you should write the values. You should write it like this, 2 comma minus 4. I don't have space. In exam, write the points. And remember, x-axis is first, minus 3. Minus 3 comma 4. Next, 1 comma minus 3. Same. Third quadrant, H. 2 comma minus 2 comma minus 3, students. Third quadrant like this. See, first it goes with x-axis, then with y-axis. Next, I is minus 4 comma minus 1, same, first quadrant. I mean, for which quadrant is it? Which quadrant, students? Third quadrant, I. I. Next, J is in which one? Minus 3 comma 0. Which one doesn't have value? Which is 0, students? Y is 0? J. So it lies in third quadrant. Minus 3 is here. This is J. Look at point J. What about K? K lies in which quadrant? 0 comma minus 4. X or Y? Which axis, students? Which axis? Y axis? This is K value. Look at K. Last point. Minus 1 comma minus 1, students. Where is minus 1 comma minus 1? Which quadrant? It's in third quadrant, right? Yes. So what if they give 0 comma 0? Is it quadrant, axis or origin? 0 comma 0. What is it? Yeah, 0 comma 0 meaning is origin. Any doubts in plotting the axis? Point, students. Axis, coordinate, origin. All of you understood graph? Okay, we'll do one more. After that I'll give break. Up to 10:15 or 10:30 I'll conduct. Okay. Okay, this is done. Second type of question, they'll give you a graph and ask the point, students. Now tell me the point P. Where is P lying? Yeah, the point P lies at 3 comma 0. Where does it lie? Quadrant or axis? P is lying at where? Quadrant or axis? X axis, right? What about Q, students? Answer this, all of you. Plot it. P, Q, R, S, T. There are 5 points. Write the answers. Yeah, what is Q, students? Tell me the point Q. First, connect it with x-axis. What is the x-axis value? 4 comma minus 3. P, R. What about R? Okay, P, Q, R, S. What about S? Minus 6. Very good. Comma 3. You're not supposed to write on the graph. If they give question like this, write fourth main answer. In the answer sheet, fourth main answer. Point P. Keep a point P answer. 3 comma 0. Point Q answer 4 comma minus 3. Next, what about T, students? Minus 3 comma. That's it. Is it clear? All of you understood? That's it. Next. Hmm. In which quadrant does the point lie? What's the time? Okay, take 10 minutes break, students. After break, we'll continue this. Take 10 minutes break. We'll continue at 9:30. Yes, students, shall we start? All of you online? Yeah, what is given here? In which quadrant does the point lie? Minus 3 comma 7. Which quadrant? One is positive, one is negative. If one is positive, negative, what's the answer? Very good. Fourth quadrant. Next one. Be quick, all of you. Minus and plus. Yeah, M and P. See, minus first, plus second quadrant. Next, both are minus third. Right? Tell me the fourth answer. What about fourth one? In which axis does it lie, students? The first one is 0 comma minus 2. X-axis, yes, X-axis doesn't have value, Y-axis. Second one, third one, Y-axis. If they give 0 comma 0, axis or origin? Origin, very good. Next. Plot points, they'll give you 4 points like this. You have to plot, connect and name the diagram, name the figure. I'll do the fifth one, you have to try the sixth one. Shall we do the fifth one? Draw the axis, students, X-axis, Y-axis. Plot the point. Fluff will take a new graph. New graph. Yes, look at this, students. I'll do the first one, you all do the second. First question. A is 4 comma 1. 4 comma 1 is this A. Then minus 2 comma 1. Minus 2 comma 1, this point B. C is minus 3 comma 3. Minus 3 comma 2 C. And D is 3 comma minus 2. 3 comma minus 2. Then what they've told you, after plotting the points, you have to connect it, students. Connect it. Look, I'm going to connect these 4 points like this. Okay, any diagram which is slanting like this, four-sided figure, what do you call this if it is slanting? Yesterday I explained. Do we call rectangle or parallelogram? Yeah, this is a parallelogram. The answer is parallelogram. And all four sides are not equal. If you use your scale and measure, you'll get to know all four sides are not equal. It's a parallelogram. Complete this and try the next one. Students done, completed. Try in the next diagram. Any doubts? All of you are done? Okay, next. See, vertex, students. Vertex is nothing but wherever two points meet. This is known as vertex. Look, a rectangle will have three vertex A, B, C. A parallelogram will have four vertex A, B, C, D. Vertex. Center. That is what they've asked us to find. Find the vertex of the endpoints of line segment AB. What are the vertex of AB, students? Tell me the points. Just plot the points. A, B, C, D, all these points. Plot all these points A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to L, P, Q, R, all these values. Now look at the first question. The vertex of the endpoint AB. Plot A and B, students. What is A and what is B? Second question. The center of the circle. Which is center of the circle here? Which point? All of you will respond. Which point? C. For second question, C is the answer. Third question, PQR. Find PQR. All of you completed, students. Any doubts? Okay, eighth question. Look at the eighth one. Length of the line segment. What's the answer given in the eighth main first one? Is it given in centimeter? Units. Okay. I'll tell you how to calculate unit. Now, PQ. From P to Q, how many values are given, students? From P to Q. P is at 2. How many boxes from 2 to 9? Unit. What's the answer, students? How do you find the length? 9 minus 2. How much is 9 minus 2? Is it 7 units? Is the answer 7 units? And second question, the length of the hypotenuse of the right angle. All that did ma'am do that? How do you find the length, students? What is LK value given in the textbook? LK and LM? What is LK given? Why nobody is responding? L and K. I'm asking about L and K. How is it given in the textbook? L value is given or K value, students? Yes, what is given? You're not even answering properly. What to teach your students? Which value? I'm asking about L and S. If you're silent like this, which value is given as 7? There only the answer is given as 7. Eighth, eighth main second question, right? 7 units. Which is the hypotenuse here? See, in a right angle, I'll explain. In a right angle, A, B, C. Can you see this symbol given like this? Symbol? That is 90 degree, students. This symbol 90 degree. Opposite to this symbol is called hypotenuse, length. Only if you all talk something, I can explain. K to M. Can you see K to M? Where is K? Point K? Point K is at 1. And from here, it is 8. What is the distance? 8 minus 1 is 7. Tell me what value. According to that, I can teach because there are different ways to solve it. So we need to find the distance between K and M. 8 minus 1 is 7. M is at 8. K is 1. 8 minus 1. Next one. The radius of the center with circle. The radius of the center of the circle with center C. Third question, I'm doing the third one, students. The radius of the circle with center C in draw C dash C to D X. Okay, the radius of the. How do you find the radius? If this is center, what do you mean by radius, students? From center to circumference, we call radius, right? So from C, I'll draw a line to the circumference. I'll plot here. Then I'll pull this line down. What is the value here? Minus 4 to minus 1. What's the difference in between minus 4 and minus? How many boxes are there? From center to circumference, how many boxes, students? There are 3 boxes, right? So 3 units. The answer is 3 units. Radius is 3 units. Then length of the diagonal. See, diagonal is this U and S. U and S is the diagonal. You all tell me the value. How many boxes are there, students, total? From 2 to 3, 1, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. Ignore minus. Just ignore minus here. Take the number. Where is point U? Where is point U? It's at minus 2, right? U is at minus 2. And what about S? Where is S? Okay. Ignore minus. What is 9 minus 2? 7 units. Is the answer correct? Just ignore minus. Just take the units. When they tell you to find the length, you shouldn't put minus rule. It's always plus. 7, 7 and 3 is the answer. Done? 8th question done, all of you all? See, I'll tell you. What are the length? See, these are the length they asked us to find. Diagonal, KM, OP. Okay, last 2 questions, students. You all try this question. Try to plot these 3. The 4th quad, we have to find the 4th vertex. See, you all practice these 2. What is the time? 10, almost 10. Next class will be at. What are the topics left? Okay, will you all try these 2 questions? See, how many points are given in these 2 questions? How many points are given? Total 3. So 3 points will be given like this. You need to find the 4th point. Okay, 4th point. Did ma'am do this question? 9th and 10th? That was for homework. Okay. You have to find the 4th quadrant. I'll teach this 4th quadrant. Only 3 are given, 4th one is missing. Okay, look at this, students. Rational number done, ratio proportion. Now, at 12 o'clock, we'll do factorization. Algebraic identity, factorization, circles. Okay. Linear inequation done. Construction is also completed. Coordinate is done. Statistics, graph, probability. All these are completed. Respond. Then, when shall we start? 12 o'clock. Next class will be at 10. 12 o'clock. It is 10 now. You'll have to attend at 12. Is it fine? You'll fresh up, have your breakfast, revise whatever you want you'll study, or 12 o'clock. 12 to 1:30 or 2 o'clock I'll conduct. Okay. In this 12 to 2, I'll teach you all algebraic identity, circle, factorization. Only the main concept. Algebraic identity, factorization, circle. Whoever knows this, don't need to attend. Whoever doesn't know can attend. Algebraic identities. then factorization and circles. Okay. After 2 o'clock, then again 2 to 4 break, then 4 o'clock will start. 4 to 6, what are the chapter students? Volume, perimeter, and time and work, right? Volume, perimeter, time and work. In that, I'll do any two students. We'll do any two student main concepts I'll teach you. Mostly time and work. We'll see if you have time, we'll do it, or you'll have it an option. I'll explain. 4 to 6, I'll conduct perimeter area volume. Okay, or volume. The volume will be tough. Perimeter and area of perimeter and area. Time and work. Perimeter area, time and work. Fine. After that, again break, 7 o'clock. Whoever is interested can join at 7. I'll teach you all volume. Volume and surface area of solids. Okay. By then we'll have completed all the chapters. Fine. And how much ever I made you practice, only practice those questions, students. Don't spend much time. Just spend half an hour, practice 1 or 2 questions from each exercise and move on to the next one. Now, whatever we studied in graph, another 2-3 minutes. Whatever we studied in graph. Answer this question, students. What is given here? The coordinate of a point situated on which axis? At a distance of 6 units from x-axis. See, the point is situated on which axis? Point is situated on y-axis. So if the point is situated on y-axis, x will be 0, students. X will be 0. Y you have to take it as 6. It is on y-axis. The answer is 0, 6. Okay. I'll explain here. See, this is x-axis, y-axis. The point is situated on x-axis at a distance 6. Yeah, the answer is here 6. So if any point is situated on the y-axis, it will be 6, 0. For y-axis 6, 0. For x-axis 0, 6. At a distance of 6. Is this clear? Did you understand? 0, 6. Then there was another 2 questions. You tried. Remaining 2 we'll do it later. Tell me this one. Look at this question 4. On which axis is the point lie, student? 0, 6 lies on which axis? Axis or quadrant? 0, 6. Which axis? X or Y? Very good. Y axis. Next one. 8, 0. X axis. Then you try all these questions. There was one more. Okay, can you see this? This is the diagram we did, right? We got parallelogram. All of you respond. How many marks is this, students? 3 marks. You know how to solve this? A, B, C, D. Join the figure. Okay, try this for a while. I've sent the paper in the group. Complete this and join at 12 o'clock. It is 10 now. Take 2 hours break. Join at 12. Okay, we'll complete those 2 chapters and start circles. Circle revision. Circle and identities. Any doubts in this exercise? Whatever we did? Coordinate, origin, axis. Okay, you all can leave, students. All can leave. Attend at 12 o'clock. Attend at 12.